Derek Ponamsky, who is a lead assistant, special assistant right there with Coach Orgeron. You got to get to Coach O. You got to go through Ponamsky. Did you watch the documentary last night? Or had you already seen it, I'd imagine?
Yeah, we had to approve it. So there was some work that we were doing Monday and Tuesday to kind of tweak some things. And what we were most concerned about, Jordy, was that it was authentic, that there was nothing in there that wasn't part of the season. So there were a couple of things that, they needed to utilize some things and move some things around. But overall, we're very pleased with the work there.
Well,
I mean, there's.
Why didn't we get a fake radio? Why didn't we get a fake radio segment then?
Who
D?
approved the radio hosts?
I mean, come on, dude. We're your boys, bro. We off the bench at All Star back in the day, Monday and Thursday nights.
Let him answer. Let him go.
See, I had a feeling that this was all an ambush, but I'll tell you this. Okay? I'll tell you this.
It's great to have you back on, though.
Yeah, wonderful. Stay tuned for a call about something else after the show. But I'll allow me to say this, okay? We were not. No one at LSU was involved in any way, shape, or form on the radio show thing.
Okay.
But I will tell you that there's a moment in the Moscona radio show that I think may be one of the 5 funniest things I've ever heard on a television show ever, when Moscona says, in order to beat LSU, you have to outscore them. As opposed to what?
Technically, it's true. Technically, it's true. If you want to win, you got to score more than the opponent.
Yeah.
You got to tackle to bring him down to the ground on defense.
But I'm just going to point it out. Had someone else said that, Moscona would lead with the Captain Obvious sound. So it's okay. It wasn't personally, it wasn't the best thing that I heard in that show, though. I will say this: for those that are around us and spend time with Bill Bush, to know that as soon as the clock goes 0 and he's about to head down, and Bill Bush stands up and goes, "Big win for the program, guys." That's one of those when people say, "I didn't see anything behind the curtain." It's like, no, you saw a lot right there when Bill Bush says, "Big win for the program, guys." It's the national championship.
That's
good.
That's the best.
How much did we see? How much did the viewer, not somebody tied to the program, how much did they see last night?
Well, I think there's some things in there where you get to see some locker room access. Mm-hmm. There's some stuff that the SEC inside crew came and shot during fall camp, where you get to see Coach talking to the team. There's some things like that. We're not as overly aggressive with the all access as some other schools are. Mm-hmm. Coach O believes, he's had some bad experiences out at USC where some of the guys lose focus. So we're not big on allowing cameras to come in and capture everything. There's got to be some things that's just for the team. But I think we married it up a pretty good with some of the behind the scenes stuff, with some of the things that kind of gives you a little bit of a glimpse. I think you get a little bit of a glimpse of how Coach is around the players, and I think that was some good stuff there. Coach is not someone who goes out and promotes himself all the time. So for that to be able to showcase that with some fans, and make no mistake about it, this is a recruiting piece as well. So we wanted to work with the SEC network to make sure that there were some things that we had in there. When the first copy that they sent to us, there was some footage of before we redid the facility. There were some other things that we wanted them to kind of change and tweak a little bit there. So we worked Monday and Tuesday on getting them some different shots and some different stuff like that. So they worked well with us. We didn't have final editorial oversight on how the show laid out. It's just that there were some big things that we wanted to get changed. We were able to do that.
I got 2 for you on your boss here, and I'm not trying to get you in any trouble because we got access to him and we always appreciate conversations with him, but he doesn't talk about himself at all, nor will he field a question about anything in receiving any type of glory about what he has going on or what they've already accomplished. Give me an idea of what it means to him last season, 2019, and then on the follow-up, I want to ask you the interest that you've seen around him from where you guys started to what you're fielding every day on request and what goes on around him. But first, personally, you were as close to Ed Orgeron as anybody in this state. What did last season mean to him?
Meant an awful lot. I mean, for for him to have the idea and the concept and the plan for what he wanted this program to be, and for us to deliver, it means a lot to him. But the thing that he always talks about is the team concept. One of the reasons why these last couple of weeks has been especially brutal on him is that he feeds off of the energy of everybody coming in, and you'll see him walking down the hall and talking to everybody, getting everybody hyped up. So it meant an awful lot that we were all able to kind of prove ourselves to the world. And last night I had the opportunity to watch the show with Coach. We had just finished. We had at 6:30 we had the TAF tour thing, so we had to do something with that, and then we watched the show right after that. And don't get me wrong, there's some periods of very nervous tension in my life when I'm sitting there watching this with Coach, hoping that some of the things that we wanted them to change a little bit, they did, and it ended up being really great. And so for him, and myself, and him talking last night during the show and after the show, and then again this morning a little bit about just how truly remarkable the season is, or the season was, that we got to the point in time where people are doing documentary features and things of that sort about that season that we have. T-Bob, you played on teams that won a lot of games, and you know that the only way that around here that you're ever truly remembered is if you do something incredibly great or you do something incredibly bad.
Yeah.
There's no gray area in that. And so to know that the 2019 team, we're going to have reunions the rest of our life because of what we were able to accomplish, that's something that for some of the younger guys, they may not realize it now, but for people like us who've been around this program for a long time, whether we were involved day to day working here or doing the radio or just being a season ticket holder, to know that you were part of something that was that special, that you'll have reunions for the rest of your life, that's truly a big, big moment to know that someone put together an hour-long thing. Well, 52 minutes, if you guys understand that. But 52, what we accomplished over a year, they were able to fill 52 minutes of programming, and it's something that I think it's already played like 4 times already. So, hey, look, that's great. That's great for us to know that we were able to accomplish something that's going to be out there for forever. Now, Jordy, to your question about the request for Coach, it's a couple of hundred a day. Dependent. All.
Can you tell me who the biggest media outlet is? Can you tell me who has shocked you? What request has shocked you?
Like when you get in the Today Show and Good Morning America and things of that sort. I mean, that's not normal things that a head football coach at a college team is doing. So things of that sort that's coming through. And I mean, you guys asked me if you can come on the radio every other day. So I mean, I got to put you guys up there somewhere.
Hey. No. Y'all come to us. Let's be clear here in the public. No, you're right. Derek, what?
T-Bob, just so you know, I have text saved as receipt.
No. Look, there's no need for that. What are you talking about? There's no need for all this. Where did this interview turn? Everything was going so well. Are you upset because Jordy didn't like the documentary?
No, it turned on the fake radio bit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot we did that kind of ambush you. Hey, how's the return to work been going, though? First staff in America to return.
No, it's been great. The energy in the building has been phenomenal. Everybody's, energy's been what you would expect for guys that work as hard as this staff does. And there's a lot of. Let's just say there were a lot of people who realized how much it meant to them to actually be able to come in and spend time with the staff and work. And we really do get along. And it's going to be different for everybody on planet Earth going forward. And we're working through some of those things. Obviously, walking around with a mask all the time is not something that's commonplace for a lot of us. But it's something that we want to make sure we do everything we can to protect everybody on our staff and anyone who would come in to be a part of this program. So we're going to make sure we do that. And we got great leadership with Scott and Verge and Shelley, and they've put a lot of thought into what we're going to do. And hopefully we'll be able to have the team back here in a couple of weeks. And that's going to be a huge shot in the arm, because this is a pretty big building that we're in. And it's really empty when there's not everybody who's supposed to be here.
Derek Ponamsky, lead assistant to head coach Ed Orgeron over at LSU football, reacting to last night's documentary over on the SEC network, which, if you don't have it DVR'd, like Derek said, I think it's already replayed since its original appearance at 6:30 yesterday, and it'll be all over the network throughout the weekend and programming ahead. Thanks for stopping by this morning, man.
Hey, it was my pleasure, guys. And remember, to beat LSU, you must outscore them.
Yeah, hey.
He loves it.
Wise words.